The Kipco 1000 Guineas comes under Ante-post scrutiny by Nick Watts and Graham Rodway. So the gentlemen, well, this race has left me scratching my head for some time, and no doubt quite a few punters as well. The unbeaten Maybe, however, maybe a superstar in the making, heads the market around 7-4, Nick, and I know you're actually quite keen on a favourite, shock horror.
Yeah, I am, yeah. It goes against the grain, you know. We always try and pick out some good value for the viewers in these kind of races, but it could be that maybe offers good value at 7-4. She's a superb 2-year-old, came over to Ascot last year, won the Cheshire Measley, and that was on rain-softened ground, I might add, so that's quite encouraging. With GWOD saying there's loads of rain around at the moment, and there is. I think she'll handle that. And you know, it's the earlier point I made about the 2000 Guineas. Aidan O'Brien got plenty of experience into her as a 2-year-old. She improved from run to run. She ended up winning a Group 1 on the last start in really good style. I think she ran 5 or 6 times last season. So again, we haven't had any reports that she's been held up at all over the winter, so we can assume that she's had a clear run. She comes in here fresh and well, in good form. She'll be ready for it. And the point about Aidan O'Brien, he actually hasn't won a British Classic since Henry the Navigator won the 2000 Guineas in 2008. He really needs to get one on the board, you know. Wins loads of races, obviously, all over the world and in Ireland, but he's missed out on the British Classics recently. He'll be itching to get another one in the bag. He's got really strong chances, obviously, in the 2000, but I think with the 1000 maybe as well. Yeah, I think she'll take an awful lot of beating. I can't see any chinks in her armour. She's going to stay the mile. She doesn't mind what the ground conditions are, and she's very, very good.
Okay, so 7-4 maybe, you're weighing in?
Maybe, definitely.
Okay, I like it. Very good. Graham, I said we're almost looking to try and find some superstar that maybe that just maybe God, this is getting bad, isn't it? But maybe is the best one. But Godolphin aren't going to go down without a fight here, and they've got the likes of Lyrica Light and Discourse, who you think could be the one to lay down the market here.
I think this race is quite top heavy in the betting. I really can't see much beyond the first 3 in the market, of which you got an Aidan O'Brien trained 7-4 chance. Now, Aidan O'Brien has got, well, you can't say an appalling record because he has won the race with Virginia Water, but by his own high standards, he has only ever won the 1000 Guineas once. He has had several horses get beat. By his own high standards, it's a poor record, and I think this is the reason, as we've alluded to in the 2000 Guineas, that Aidan O'Brien likes to train his horses with a whole season in mind, and it seems particularly so in the Guineas. He seems to definitely, these horses need to run.
Glorified prep run for the mile and a half.
These horses would definitely need to run, and I think you can see that in his 1000 Guineas record. It's poor by his standards. And Discourse, I think the Godolphin horses have got a strong hand. I think that Lyric of Light is a very good horse too. But the reason I'm going for Discourse is because they brought Discourse out to run in a racehorse gallop, where albeit he was described as being a bit rusty. But the fact that she had the racehorse gallop and Lyric of Light didn't suggests to me that Godolphin think that Discourse is the #1. Also, Sheikh Mohammed was there to see the gallop from Discourse, which was encouraging enough for me, made me think that they've got big hopes for Discourse. And all right, she may well have been rusty. They described her as rusty afterwards.
It wasn't about then, it's about what happens on the 6th of May, isn't it?
You know, you can be rusty 2.5 weeks before the race. You don't want to be peaking then. You want to be peaking on the day. There's not a lot of difference in the price between Discourse and Lyrica Light. I think it's about 8 and 10 to 1. But just that simple fact that Godolphin were willing to give Discourse the prep gallop and not Lyric of Light suggests that they think Discourse is the one for the Guineas. That's not to say Lyric of Light won't go on and be a better horse than Discourse in the future, but just for this 1000 Guineas, I think Discourse is going to be absolutely wound up fully, and Godolphin have got a pretty good record in the race, won it last year, of course, with Blue Bumping.
Okay then, so the top 2 in the market are the ones that are pulling all the strings. Surely there must be something in here to give an each-way shout to, Nick. I mean, what's going to run into 3rd?
Well, Diala's quite interesting. William Haggis is about 25 to 1. Run really well in Newmarket at the back end of last season. Beat a horse called Saffagel of Charlie Hills. Looked very good then. William Haggis knows what it takes to train a classic winner. Obviously won the Oaks last season, so I'd give her a squeak.
I think Elusive Kate would be a big player. If the ground was soft, I think Elusive Kate goes well on soft ground, but the big problem about Elusive Kate is that John Gosling isn't 100% sure if she's going to make the race or not, and obviously from an Ante-post perspective, that makes her not worth backing, but she's worth keeping an eye on.
Okay then, so I think for the first time in 3 years of Ante-post videos, we've tipped the first and second favourites. And I'm not even putting in a long shot. Well, there we go. Well, I hope that's pointed you in the right direction, i.e. the first and the second favourites. And we'll see you all again soon.